Hi guys, the Scarlet Gamer here, and I spent the last week playing Concrete Genie, and today I'm going to tell you my opinions on it. So, a little bit about the game. Concrete Genie is an action-adventure game which was releasing on PS4 on the 9th of October 2019. This cute little game is developed by a studio called PixelOpus, and we first saw a bit of this game at Paris Games Week back in 2017. And I have to say I have been looking forward to it ever since then, although it vaguely left my memory that it was coming out. I was a bit shocked when PlayStation AU provided the code last week, but definitely pleasantly surprised. So the story of Concrete Genie follows a boy called Ash, who appears to be an only child and has a happy and normal upbringing. The game kind of shows you some flashbacks of Ash and his parents when they used to live in a place called Denska. Now, you get to know that this is like once a beautiful little fishing village, which, due to an oil tanker crash, the fishing industry collapsed and sent the town basically into bankruptcy. People lost their jobs, they moved away, and the town became infested with this purple mold, or darkness. Ash spends a lot of his free time roaming around the abandoned city. He relives his childhood memories there, and he sits by the water and draws in his sketchbook. At the start of the game, you see Ash being bullied by a bunch of neighbourhood youths, and they take his art book, they tear out the pages, and they basically force him into this carriage, which takes him up to this lighthouse, which is said to be haunted. So Ash gets out of the carriage and he's at this lighthouse. Here he sees quite a few of his sketchbook pages flying around in the wind. He goes to catch one of them that is on the ground, but it gets carried further away by the wind, or what you think is wind. You follow the page for a bit and it takes you into the bottom of the lighthouse, where when he finally gets his hands on the page, it's a drawing of his favourite monster, Luna. Here, Luna actually comes to life and finds Ash this magical paintbrush, which she can use on the walls, and it turns on lights. Luna basically teaches you that by lighting up all the lights in an area, it can clear this darkness. And Luna gives you the mission to bring Denska back to life.
What's going on back there, Splotch?
So, with the help of a little guy called Splotch, who hangs out on your backpack, you can bring to life chalk drawings of monsters or genies that you find on the ground. These genies help you move through the city. They have 3 different elements that they can have. They can have fire, wind, or electricity. And therefore, they help you move things around the city, or they help you burn paths to get rid of something that was blocking your way. And basically you can draw requests for the genies of the designs you have in your notebook. So you can draw maybe an apple and the genie can interact with it and eat it, or you can draw a campfire which to keep the genie warm. And basically by filling up, or by completing genie requests, you fill up this meter of super paint. And this super paint can also help remove darkness from the walls to let your genie pass. So if there was darkness covering a wall, you use your super paint on it and you paint something pretty, gets rid of the darkness, and then your genie can move through that area and help you with the next part. My favourite thing about this game is that you can choose how everything looks. If you want to bring to life a genie that's little and chubby and has some weird rabbit ears, you can do it. If you don't like it, you can edit it after. The more pages you collect that are flying around the city, you can get different designs to draw on the wall, and also different genie options. So you can get different body designs, different ears, different tails, different random features to put on it, and it makes it, all customizable. Next time, if you want to create a weirder looking genie, you can do it. So with your magic paintbrush, you can cover the walls of Denska with artistic designs of trees, of apples, of rainbows, of whatever pages you collect. And basically the pages just fly around the city. They might be hiding in some dumpsters. And the more you collect, the more designs you have. Although the game has the set designs and the genie features, it really gives you a feeling that you're in control of how everything turns out. And it feels really nice to feel so in control of what you can do in a game these days. So as you turn on more lights around the city, you open up more areas to explore, to collect pages and paint. The game also makes you feel like you're constantly achieving something and you're forever wanting to collect more pages to make your next Genie or more wall painting even more creative.
Strands all lit up. Where to next?
Drawing on the walls, it utilises the PS4 motion control. So with your PS4 DualShock, you tilt the controller slightly to move the paintbrush. And at first the movement felt odd, but by the end of the game I had no trouble controlling exactly where I wanted the paintbrush to go, and I was able to create some what I thought were really pretty artworks. There's also the option to turn this motion control off and just use the right stick. I didn't try this out though, because the motion controls felt so natural for the game. I thought Concrete Genie controlled really well. I loved the way that you could ride around the old electrical wires around the city. The platforming in the game was great. There is an element of combat in this game, which for a non-combat game I thought they made it feel quite natural, and it flows very well with the story. This game does take an unusual turn which I wasn't expecting, and I don't want to delve into this as to spoil the story for anyone. But I will just say that I was continually drawn in by the story and incredibly happy with the way this game wrapped up. Concrete Genie is a quite short story. It's probably about 6 hours long, but the game does leave you with a sense of wanting to go back and collect any pages you missed, any genies that you didn't bring to life on the floor. You want to just keep painting the walls of Denska. It just leaves you with that sense of wanting more. The menu has a great feature of free paint, and it allows you to go back into any of the areas. I believe there's 4 areas of the game in the town of Denska, and you can go back into any of them and just go crazy with the paint on the walls, and I thought that was a really nice touch to this game. I cannot express how much I did love this little game. It pulled me out of my Stardew Valley addiction, and I feel like that should say it all. And I just wanted to say a huge thank you to PlayStation Australia for the code. And I will be making a trophy guide for this game, so keep an eye out for that. I hope you enjoyed this little video on Concrete Genie. Don't forget to let me know what you think in the comments, and please like and subscribe. Thanks!